Welcome to the Wedco podcast, your ultimate guide to the wedding world. Whether you're a bride, groom, or wedding vendor, this is the place to be. Join us as we dive into real stories, expert advice, and behind-the-scenes insights to help you plan the perfect day. So grab a seat and let's celebrate love, connection, and creativity together. Before we get into this episode, I'd love to ask you a super quick and easy favor. If you're enjoying the Wedco podcast, please hit that follow button on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. It might seem small, but it makes a huge difference in helping the podcast grow and means I can keep bringing on amazing vendors to share their insights with you. Thank you so much for your support. It truly means the world. So you told me earlier off the podcast, you used to come here. It was a venue prior. Do you want to talk even starting from there and like what this used to be and then how it came about that you guys purchased it?
Myself on the DJ side of Silent Shout, like I used to DJ here a lot as a preferred supplier. And it was always like a favorite space. Like it's in town, it's like close to home. And it's just like that inner city sort of vibe was always like, yeah, just a cool space. I really loved it. I was in Europe at the time and so I heard the news through wedding vendors. I'm like, oh my God, in the back of my mind thinking I've always had my eye on this place and always wanted to do a wedding venue. Jerome's messaged me. He's just like, mate, have you seen 48 Watt Street's like available? And he's about to board a flight to Europe. Like we're about to go to Tomorrowland like in a couple of days. Like this is all just happening so quickly. So we of course just like grabbed a bottle of champagne. Like I go into the middle of the room and just like, I remember like Angus looking at me like, don't you pop that sprayed everywhere. But I'm like, I'm doing it.
Like I think we should talk about, there's a lot of venues that get created and they're made by people that have money and they're going to create this wedding venue. And it's beautiful, it's stunning, but there might not be like little nuances that, you know, maybe a videographer wanted this or maybe, florist is thinking about this.
Asking them questions like, what do you, if you walked in here for your craft, say you're a florist, like what do you want to see in here? Like what do you need? And there's like mounting points was a good one that are like reachable by hand sort of thing. So things like that we're focused on putting into the venue in certain spaces for them and styling as well. Like videography, having a line out that's easily accessible. Microphones that don't cut out, an in-house sound system that's like high quality and really well quality. Because like even on the Silent Shout side, the amount of times I've been to a venue, it's like, oh, like do you have an in-house system? Do you want to use your microphone? They're like, oh, it's not very good. But on the gala night, we kind of realized what the space was going to be used for. She was like, we're going to call the cocktail bar the Red Room and it's going to be the after party room. And we're like, that's so good. And I don't know how we didn't even think of that. And the night happened, everyone went down there and it was crazy. It was awesome. Like it was just it was like shifting gears sort of thing. So, and that's the thing, like at weddings, you know, post formalities, like you would have seen it all as well, like espresso martini towers, like shots come out, like all that sort of stuff. So even do stuff like that, like you can do like fireball shots on that, like transition down, the curtains open. That's what I had my engagement party here and we did that. So we just had like fireball shots, like on the other side of the curtains, we're like, boom, like let's go. And you go in, you just like, yeah, it's just a different world. So yeah.
Like a lot of times when I'm speaking to couples, they will kind of, I guess you go like, hey, do you want the drinks package or do you want this? And it kind of feels like, you know, it might last till 9 o'clock or night or something like that. They kind of have this 5 hours and then it's kind of like, cool, we're topping up the bar or, you know, mum's paying for this or whatever. Yeah. Like how does it work in here?
Let's offer a drinks package as a standard that covers your entire day. So now as a standard, it's 7 hours, which is like 2-hour cocktail hour, 5-hour reception. So yeah, so it works out really, really well for that.
Thanks for tuning in to the Wedco podcast. If you love this episode, don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share it with your friends. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a review or connect with us on social media. New episodes drop every week, so be sure to join us next time for more wedding inspiration, tips, and stories. Until then, happy planning, and we'll see you soon.